Paul told the audience, there's every reason for us to think seriously about what we actually believe, about what conservatism actually really means. As usual, Dr. Paul was absolutely correct. Given the government growth and massive spending we saw the last time the Republicans were in control, conservatives were long overdue wanting to examine their philosophy or examine what their movement even means. Thanks to the rise of Ron Paul, this has begun to happen. During this election, Senator Jim DeMint said, "I'd like to see a Republican Party that embraces a lot of the libertarian ideas. The Republican Party needs to start listening to Ron Paul." Interestingly, also during this election, Senator Rick Santorum said, "I fight very strongly against libertarian influence in the Republican Party and the conservative movement." Now, Senator DeMint is one of the most popular conservative leaders in the country, and he has urged the Republican Party to adopt the ideas of Ron Paul. Rick Santorum is a conservative leader who says the GOP must reject the ideas of Ron Paul, that liberty has nothing to do with conservatism. I submit to you today that Senator DeMint is not only correct, but his call for a more libertarian Republican Party represents American conservatism as it has historically always been. I also submit to you that Rick Santorum doesn't know what in the hell he's talking about. I believe if you analyze it, the very heart and soul of conservatism is libertarianism. Now, what did Reagan mean? How could Reagan believe that a philosophy that Santorum thinks has nothing to do with conservatism, how can it still be the heart and soul of the conservative movement? Well, if you apply Reagan's own philosophy to recent history, that question becomes answered immediately. Reagan believed that conservatism was a three-legged stool, consisting of national security conservatives, religious conservatives, and economic/libertarian conservatives. Reagan believed if any of these elements didn't exist, the conservatism would not exist. That is Reagan's definition. The last time Republicans were in power, the national security conservatives were represented well. President George W. Bush's Iraq War was a testament to their success. Conservatives were represented well when issues like gay marriage became front and center during the 2004 campaign. But what kind of conservatism, if you can even call it that, allowed a Republican president to spend more money and grow more government than any president in history at that date?